Now, a lot of people say consensus doesn't work. No, consensus does work. We did make it 18 years before they found it, before the pecking order found a way to fuck it. Okay, and does it take longer? Yes. Say we're all on a council together. We're all core members of an organization, and I come up with an idea to build this music dome. So I'll present this idea, and you'll turn around and say things like, "Oh, well, you got some plans, Terry? Well, what's the cost estimate? How long did it take to build this?" Blah blah blah. I throw out my ideas. Okay. Say Paul is the bookkeeper of the organization. We would turn to Paul and go, "How much money do we have in the kitty?" Paul would say, "Well, here's how much money we have in the kitty." Somebody else go that organizes events that raise the funds might say, "You know, we need some of that money you got in the kitty to keep these events going, or if we put it all to that dome building project, you see where I'm going with this. If we're all throwing it around, it might take a little longer, but eventually we're going to come to, okay, Terry, it's a great dome idea, but 2 years from now we'll be able to afford this because we need to do these other things first." And I'll go, "Okay, cool." And so it just takes a little longer to come to consensus. I don't think you need to have consensus. You can overkill with consensus and have it like every point discussed. Oh, we went through that with Lafleur too, and never let what we call the peanut gallery in the room. The peanut gallery is your general membership. If they're in there, oh, they'll raise question after question after question, and it'll take you 2 hours to get back to the point. You have to keep it tight in a small group of people that operate. Coven size is about right, a dozen people, and throw it around and come to a decision on how to make this work. But you limit what those decisions can be about. If you're going to spend group money on a new project, that's a decision. But if you're going to spend money on a regular project that's already budgeted in, that's not a decision. We don't have to discuss every little fucking detail. Some things we put on automatic. If we want to admit a new person to our circle, that's a discussion. That's important. If we have to get rid of a person that's in our circle for fucking up, that's a discussion that's important. If we were to change all our rules, that's important. But your everyday operations, you get bogged down in consensus. You just make it, here's our year budget, blah, blah, blah. This is how we operate. You might even limit in the organization, because people will get into a group and then drastically change the focus of the group. You might actually write into your bylaws that that's impossible. You can't even do that. That's not something to be voted on because you're set from the beginning. Here's our goals and purposes and how we're going to attain it. There might be a fine detail in the bylaws of how we operate that might be changed, but we can't change the main focus. All that can be written in from the beginning, but that consensus produces a different dynamic than the pecking order. That's one of the main things missing in the world. And if we create an example of how to operate that way that works, then people will take note, go, "Man, you guys, this works? How does this work?" The most famous one on the planet is the Mondragon Corporation out of Spain. You can go to their website and stuff. They started out in the Mondragon area, started out as a bunch of people. The economy was doing good. There was a lot of craftspeople in that area, a lot of small shops, skilled labor, but small shops. They all decided, well, what would happen if we just worked together and marketed all our shit together and made it work? Mondragon is successful. It's been around for years. It really works, as a template on how to get a lot of people operating in a whole community area.
They're more than half a century old now, aren't they?
Yeah.
They were old,
Yeah.
when they were writing about it in the 70s. So.
Yep. So that's a good one. So that's the one primary goal right from the beginning, to create a new model of operation.